stuff. Alright. Hello, folks. It's TheBlackGlacier again. Playing an old classic. But this is a game I've loved for years, since I first found it and began playing it ages ago. By the name of Majesty 2. Now, before we get too far ahead, let's do the usual, hey, we're online and doing stuff thing. Okay. Hey, we're online and doing stuff thing. We need to get a bot that can do this for me. Okay. Close that since I don't need anything else with Majesty running. Okay. Dropping that there. And we are good to go. Yeah, this is a game that's near and dear to my heart because it's one of those games that, like, a lot of folks would probably overlook or just look at it and go, eh, that's kind of boring, and never really consider much about it. But, should I do like a video memory, PDF, high graphic settings, try to decrease them or start the game in safe mode. Invalid call. Did it just crash my... You dirty little so-and-so, you crashed my Majesty game. You crashed my battleship. Oh well. I'll just restart it. Hopefully. There we go. Old games, they have their gimmicks. Those. Let's watch this a little second because this is always a hilarious thing. This game has a massive amount of tongue-in-cheek stuff, so don't be surprised if you see some bad jokes here and there. I'm sure there's any number of inappropriate jokes that can go in here, but let's try to keep it clean, folks. Well, for anybody that comes in, there's not going to be anybody watching my streams for the first while, since I'm still starting off. What? Exhalation and putting your foot down was a bad move. Yeah, Majesty 2. Like I said, it's an old game, but it's loved dearly. Okay, so Glacier. That's not how that's spelled. Great. And we'll do a quick check. You know, never hurts to check. Campaign. New campaign.
Ardania. Glorious Ardania. Upon this throne, indeed, was the great king, our first ruler, who united the lands from the southern seas to the northern fields. He whose blade was the death of 1,000 foes. And each king thereafter followed the tradition, slaying dragons, hunting down necromancers, and exterminating legions of goblins and rats. Thus, each in their time came to be known as great. But our good King Leonard was born to hard times.
Yeah,
The necromancers of old had long since been vanquished, and the rats had grown small and pitiful. And as he grew older, our king came to fear the worst, that his portrait might never hang in the hall of the great kings. Though he had yet to prove his mettle, the blood of a hero ran swift in his veins. Thus, our brave king, in his wisdom, determined that he would summon up the most terrible Baron of Hell. For indeed, all of Ardania would sing the praises of any mortal who could slay such a beast. And so, applying all their skill and concentration, the court mages performed the terrible ritual. And the demon lord did appear. Leonard never wavered, but stood locked in his deadly contest for 5 long days. But alas, in the end, the demon beast prevailed. And so that spawn of hell took Leonard's place on the throne. Since then, many princes and dukes have perished in futile effort to destroy
the theme here.
Darkness and despair have fallen over Ardania. But now I have found you, your majesty, the last heir of the great king's bloodline. You, our only hope. Your kingdom awaits you, sire.
Sire, you're our only hope. Please. Now, it doesn't show it here, but a lot of these maps later on become just hellishly hard. If memory serves, there's actually an expansion for this. I don't have it for this, but the expansion gives you several other campaign places. You up here and over here. But as you do missions, they gradually open up the other campaigns that you can do. So you have to start with, of course, the tutorials.
Greetings, your majesty. Welcome to my humble mansion. Centuries ago, it was granted to my family by one of the great rulers of Ardania. We all have hope you shall become one of the great kings yourself.
I love the advisor.
But first, you must learn the secrets of statecraft. My mansion will be just fine for this purpose. It's seen better days. I had planned to put it on the market. Maybe look for something a little cozier. On the water, perhaps. Your Majesty wouldn't happen to know a good real estate agent, would you? The problem is, wolves have recently infested the neighborhood. They keep eating my chickens and knocking over my garbage cans. Why, I've had 3 stewards quit this very week. The first part of your training will be to deal with these pests, Your Majesty. Hopefully before the price drops too low.
There it is.
A new quest for you, Your Majesty. First, Your Majesty, your cities must be protected. Start with the construction of a guardhouse.
Yep. Now, I know most of all this by myself, by heart, because of how long I've played it over the years. But I'm going to let folks be able to have a chance to pause and read it at their own rate. So, give it a few seconds and continue for each one. Before we continue, though, sound. Good. Music volume. It's nice music, but we'll drop it down a bit. Voice volume, want that up high. Interface volume, over there. Ambient. Hopefully that's a little better for all y'all. Put up here.
Once you've chosen an appropriate site, your loyal peasants will begin construction. Peasants are the main labor force of the kingdom, Your Majesty. Keep an eye upon wandering monsters, as they're apt to make a snack of them.
Usual stuff. On the RTS, or an RPG.
Hi-ho.
Faster, slower, blah blah blah.
Happy to serve.
Off the west way.
Tax collector.
Tax collector.
Hold, Your Majesty. More gold, Your Majesty.
Now, for the most part, I'm not going to keep it fast forwarded because I like it actually on a more sedate pace. It also gives you a lot better chance to respond to various stuff.
Your Majesty,
Slow it
a
down
new
even more if I
building
want
is
to do that.
complete. Your Majesty, it is not becoming for the king to take to the battlefield himself. All the great deeds of the king are facilitated by the hands of your stalwart heroes. Heroes can be hired in guilds. I'd advise you to build a Rangers Guild, sire.
Okay. That. Scrap it up.
Not bad for a start, Your Majesty. Once your peasants have finished building the guild, we'll start hiring heroes.
Now, of all the units in the game, though, I kind of hate the Rangers the most. Because one of the things that they will, on very rare occasion, do, especially in the later game, and once the map gets close to being almost completely opened up, they start doing an extremely annoying little thing.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
They start doing a little annoying thing where they can actually leave your map entirely and go quote-unquote exploring other places. So you'll see one of the guys all of a sudden goes exploring, disappears entirely from your map. And he may or may not come back. Which kind of stinks considering most of the time you need every hero you can available. Especially on certain maps. The later ones, you need every hand on deck. Okay.
I'll try my best.
Queue up all three.
Tax collector.
A new quest for you, Your Majesty. I'd advise you to upgrade the guild, Your Majesty. Special training will be available to your heroes once upgrades are completed.
Where to journey next?
Now, as you can see, there's an actual queue that will happen. It's like, when it comes to the construction of a building, the little peons will usually get right onto it.
I take the path less traveled.
But when it comes to, like, recruiting heroes and, like, upgrading abilities and all this, like the Rangers Guild, if I don't have any heroes in this, whichever of these I select first will actually be first in the queue. And that's what
Hold, Your
they'll
Majesty.
have learned first. So generally it's a good idea to, at the very least, fill up whatever hero place you have, then do the abilities. That way you have a full complement of heroes that's off protecting your place while you're upgrading and giving them other abilities they can have.
Where to journey next?
Can actually get pretty neat later on. You'll see why after a couple missions, because these don't actually take too long.
More gold, Your Majesty. More gold, Your Majesty.
Which reminds me, little tax collectors need to have their stuff adjusted just a little bit. There's another one. Come on, dude. Come on. Get out. There we go. Okay. Now that's something you can do with your little money collector guy. You can go to the info thing and adjust how much money he'll start collecting at, and at what point he returns that money.
I take the path less
Tax collector.
Just to let you know, there's some maps that you'll see me end up failing and redoing several times, because there's some that you have to have a precise strategy that you use to beat it. Otherwise, you fail every time. There's one mission I
A new quest for you, Your Majesty. You'll need to entice your heroes to serve you, Your Majesty. Give them a task and set a reward for its accomplishment. Different heroes like different assignments. Rangers, for example, like to explore new territories. Set an explore flag to encourage them to discover new lands.
Wait here a sec, let folks catch up on that. And yes, every time you drop a flag, it makes that little trumpet. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit of a dirty right there. So for some things, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and set it to a certain value. But for the most part, some of them, like the fight one, if you do set that to a value, a minimum value is probably best so you don't lose too much. So, go over.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
That's one thing I dislike about this, though, is that it will actually make you have to reset that every time you do it.
The quest is completed, sire. Good work, sire. Later, you'll learn to set bounties on your enemies' heads, flags for protection, and even flags to warn your heroes of danger. It's time to replenish your treasury, sire. I'd suggest you order the construction of a marketplace, the foundation of the kingdom's economy. With a brisk trade, your tax collectors will bring more money to the treasury.
Now, there's one hidden little dirty that they don't mention right off the bat, but you'll see in a moment once this starts popping up. And it's a clever little mechanic, but it's also really painful. Yeah.
Where to journey next? My quest begins.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete. Your Majesty, you should order the traders to sell health potions at the marketplace.
Go ahead and do it.
Heroes would gladly buy them to heal themselves in battle. It's a
and they do.
profitable venture, sire.
And they
A
have
new
no
quest for
hesitation
you,
with
Your
spamming.
Majesty. You know, Your Majesty, your heroes each have their own personalities. Some
Yep.
like to hunt, some like to fight, and others like to care for their comrades in arms. You must learn to use these inclinations for the benefit of your kingdom. Order your peasants to build the Clerics Guild. Its disciples will heal your other heroes. Moreover, with a Clerics Guild, you can learn the ancient healing magic of Ardania and directly intervene in your heroes' well-being.
Now, it probably seems a little silly down just slamming them down wherever rather than just like carefully trying to place them. But for these first beginning maps, there's really no point in not clustering them. Some maps later on, you actually do need to spread them out a little bit. But to start, you don't really have to worry about that.
Your Majesty,
there
a
it is,
new
right
building is complete.
This is what I was talking about. The moment that Cleric's Guild was placed, this popped up.
Behold your majesty.
There are some times in some later maps you can end up with a huge kingdom, and if you're not careful, you'll have those clustered in the absolute worst spots. Which is why I've been trying to cluster my stuff around my base of operations. So the rats and the rat man, they love coming out from the market because this is the most lucrative place you get. They will actually steal your money and make a point of prioritizing attacking the tax collectors too. You know, the way you get yourself.
Greetings, Your Majesty. A new quest for you, Your
That's
Majesty.
one thing I absolutely hate about
First,
this.
Your
Did you fill out your
Nothing like an
guild
excuse
you
to
ate
put,
for one night?
Once you've chosen an appropriate site,
I
your
love
loyal...
to cook it.
That's one downside of some older games is the control systems are not as elegant as some. So just quickly, speedily do all this.
I'll take care of it.
That's one thing that always confused me. The flags, their values reset, but the tax collector's value does not. It stays the same. That's old habit with so many games.
Your Majesty,
Since
a
this
new
one.
building is complete.
More gold, your majesty.
Not bad for a start, Your Majesty.
Happy to serve. Hi-ho.
Ah, well, it wouldn't be entertaining if occasionally a player, whether experienced or inexperienced,
Click,
didn't make a fumble now and then. Even if some of the fumbles can be rather annoying or hilarious.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete. A new quest for you, Your Majesty. I'd advise you to upgrade the guild, Your Majesty. Special...
Journey next.
Notice this. Those dudes will actually run around doing
Behold your
exploration.
majesty.
Whereas other heroes like fighters or whatever, or healers where they'll stay pretty close to home.
Where to journey
Protect places.
next?
These guys, they'll just run around all over the map out of order.
More gold, Your Majesty.
Where to journey next?
A new quest for you, Your Majesty. You'll need to entice Your Highness, our research is complete.
Tax collector.
The quest is completed, sire. Good work, sire. Later, you'll learn to set bounties on your enemies' heads, flags for protection, and even flags to warn your heroes of danger. It's time to replenish your treasury, sire.
Protection.
I'd suggest you
Warn.
order the construction of a
Warn.
marketplace,
Fight.
the foundation of the kingdom's economy. With a brisk trade, your tax collectors will bring more money to the treasury.
Beta Z793.
Can't put more. I might catch one from interacting with that chest. There's actually loot chests that randomly spawn on maps. And when the guys go and find them, they'll actually open them up. Maybe he'll find something. Nope.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete. Your Majesty, you should order the traders to...
Gold, Your Majesty.
Your Highness, our research is complete. You know, Your Majesty, your heroes each have their own personalities.
Yep.
Some like to hunt, some like to fight, and others like to care for
so-
their comrades in arms.
Actually,
You
spawn
must
as good
learn to
folks
use
this
these
time.
inclinations
They'll
for
fight
the
guard towers
benefit of
first.
your kingdom. Order your peasants to build the Clerics Guild. Its disciples will heal your
Yeah.
other heroes. Moreover, with a Clerics Guild, you can learn the age...
Did I put out that fire before I left? I gotta go check.
Gold, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
More gold, Your Majesty. Gold, Your Majesty.
All wishes shall soon.
Your Highness, our research is complete. Right, sire, that's the spell. Now you can heal the wounded without leaving your throne. It's just one of the many wonders you'll discover on your way to the throne of Ardania.
Yeah, when you're first starting off, it's actually a pretty good chunk heal. As the heroes get stronger and stronger, that becomes less reliable. So by the time you have a character that's like max level in the game that you can get, and he's got like, he or she's got the best gear and the best buffs and all that, that might only heal in like maybe a third or halfway, depending on the character, like tank or whatever. There. And drop you.
I'll try my best.
Are you gonna eat that?
Now the final objective is going to be over here, just telling you right now. For some of the more observant folks that may be wondering, there's a bar right up here with what looks to be 4 empty slots.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
Those are relics.
Gold, Your
Get to
Majesty.
see those later.
More gold, Your Majesty.
One of the best abilities in the game because of what it does, even with the penalty that's associated with it.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
More gold, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
Where's the gold?
Your Majesty, a new building is complete. Your Highness, our research is complete.
Majesty.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Your Majesty.
There we go. So others can see what I was actually doing. Those other things were actually buffs that the building can offer.
Where's the gold?
So that, for all melee heroes, they can pick that up. And it's a permanent buff once they get
Your
it.
Majesty.
That is a boost for the rogue's physical attack. And that's the extortion buff. For the rangers, basically each class gets abilities that are unique to them. Some, like with the rogues and the rangers, they get a power boost attack. It's basically a crit ability. And others,
More gold, Your Majesty.
like with the priest, they'll actually get better healing or like do more damage to unfriendly creatures, that sort of thing. But these guys, we'll go ahead and pop it off just because it's funny. Allows you to summon out a bunch of little trainee fighter dudes to protect your place. Lasts only a little bit, but it helps protect you. Now, there. Now just wait for one of the greedy folks. Oh, that's another thing. Not always will a ranger go pop one of these flags. The rogues, being greedy little ladies that they are, will sometimes run down and do it themselves. You gotta be both that's gonna eventually kill him. Unfortunately, none of my priests can rule that yet, since it's a starting map. Got that.
Where's the gold?
There we go. And that's the quest objective right there. You guys just need to, you know, get there. I know I put a map over here, so why didn't it ping? Make it very lucrative. Ah, speaking of, see what I was telling you?
Try my best.
They greedy ladies, so they see one, they go, ooh, money, and quickly run there to grab it. Good. That's fine. Once she hits. Okay, don't get caught on the... Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You make an offer I can't refuse.
They can't get through because of the rocks. Well, aren't we cheeky? This... See, I'm missing something. That should not be there. I'm just doing this because I have a ton of money. So there's no harm in just letting it be collected like that. Speed this up till somebody does something helpful.
Gold, Your Majesty.
Which is my path? All these boring sights.
The quest is completed, sire. I believe, Your Majesty, that you are ready to fight some wolves. I've ordered the peasants to remove the stone barrier that blocks the way to the forest.
Nothing like
Set a
forgetting the
bounty
mechanic.
on the destruction of the wolves' dens by using an attack flag.
And given that's the final thing, we can literally just go and nuke the ever-living hell out of it. So get that attack flag, nice and hefty. there it is. Bring every hero I have. They'll see that and come running. See, just every hero I have. So all 12 of them are just booking it for this. The others will gradually follow suit as well. Because once you start getting over a certain amount, even the most benevolent ones, like the healers, will look at that and go, "Ooh, I can't resist that."
My ambition has paid off.
Yeah, see? It's just like the last ones coming running.
My ambition has paid off. My ambition has paid
Now, one
off.
thing I can't remember, though, is if any gold that they have carries over.
A reward
Because there's actually a
for my
mechanic which
toil.
you're about to see once this ends, that
A
you can
reward
take a hero
for my toil.
from a prior map and carry them over into
My
future
ambition has paid
campaigns.
off. My ambition has paid off. A reward for my toil.
The quest is completed, sire. A tremendous victory, sire. Well, perhaps I exaggerate a bit, but it was well played. Already the real estate value for my mansion has increased. You have great potential, Your Majesty. Onward to victory and the throne of Ardania.
Here it is. So I can select any one of these characters as a lord for this map, and any loot that they have or any abilities they've picked up, any buffs they've gained, any armor or weapons they've gotten, carries over. So we'll actually want her. Because that's another thing, is depending on the hero you select, their cost is drastically different. The cheapest one of all of them is always going to be the rogues, because obvious reasons. Let's take a look at the colors real quick. So you might want to see. And she didn't pick up the other two abilities. That's one thing that's always a little funny when that happens. Fliana Robert. Sounds like she's a Hobbit. Okay. Now, you might see some silly just doing the tutorial mission, but this is one of those games where you actually do have to do other missions to get into them. See right here? Play this mission, you have to do the prior two missions first.
Good morning, Your Majesty. Still an early riser, I see. I have news for you while we wait for your breakfast. Yesterday, after you retired, I continued negotiation with the head of the local Merchants Guild. Well, the guild is ready to sign a trade agreement with you. Believe me, sire, the kingdom needs this. There are certain concessions that need to be met, but the investment is well worth it. Soon a steady stream of gold will flow into your treasury. Ah, your breakfast has arrived. Well, the details will wait. Bon appetit, sire.
Speaking of food, give me a moment while I get something in my mouth quick to chomp on. Because unfortunately, that's one thing I do occasionally forget to do, being autistic, is not to feed myself properly. Speaking of, get a drink.
A new quest for you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, to develop trade, you need to build the marketplace first. While your peasants are working, send heroes to the port. The Merchants Guild representative is afraid for his safety and refuses to travel alone. The port is located to the northeast of your palace.
Forgot about that. It might seem silly doing it, but probably going to go ahead and restart that real quick because
Good morning, Your
I mean, it's
Majesty.
not much, but
Still a new quest for
quick
you, Your
little
Majesty.
edge that
Your
character can
Majesty,
start off
to
with.
develop trade, you need to build the marketplace first. While your peasants are working, send heroes to the port. The Merchants Guild representative is a...
Hi-ho.
Good morning, Your
Yes,
Majesty.
yes,
A new
yes.
quest
Blah, blah,
for
blah,
you,
blah, blah.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty, to develop trade, you need to build the marketplace first. While your peasants are working, send heroes to the port. The Merchants Guild representative is afraid for his safety and
There we go.
refuses to travel
That's not
alone. The port is located to the northeast of your palace.
Might seem that I'm expanding kind of fast, but this is
Your
one of those
Majesty,
games that you
the
can
royal
play with it.
treasury is nearly empty.
I might cook it.
That's the thing I was telling y'all about. Hall of Lords. Allows me to hire previously gained heroes to use. It has a maximum of 3, like all the others, but the advantages you get is just obscene. So like that rogue gal, she'll automatically be level 4 when she comes in and have all her goodies from the last map. So a little bit. There's some resistance right there.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete. Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
And that's not good.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
I might cook it.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
As you wish.
There's
That's
the
hard.
gold.
That's annoying.
A reward for my toil.
More gold, Your Majesty.
Where's the gold?
That's the thing that really sucks about this game sometimes is they really suck it to you.
Where to journey next?
Your Highness, our research is complete.
My back is hurting.
One day this will all be mine.
Cleric. Because reasons. Right there. So-and-so.
I take the path less traveled.
I'll take care of it. As you wish. about you, you
Oh, this boring sight.
3-419-beta-Z.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Okay. People are ready.
My ambition has paid off.
Now, I really need to find and destroy those places that are giving me trouble.
Where to journey next?
Your Majesty, the royal treasury is nearly empty.
Yes, yes, I know. Shush.
Which is my path?
Your Majesty, a new building is complete. Your Highness, our research is complete.
Which is my path?
Now, another thing, the guard towers actually give you someplace safe that your little money collector dudes can scourge you aside from the castle.
More gold, Your Majesty.
See, bottom item above the price. Acts as
My
a
ambition
depository
has
for
paid
tax
off.
collectors, so they're able to return the money there.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
Where does duty call?
Oh, this boring sight. Which is my path?
Altered it a little bit. I'm not sure if the music in this game is it's
Gold, Your Majesty.
whatever you can't play the music.
What an
I don't think it
appetizing
is,
reward.
but guess I'll find out later when I go to try and put this on YouTube. Another bite of food. Another drink. Might be smart not to actually spill my drink all over the floor, but yeah.
Which is
Nah.
my path?
There you go. Got a lot of stuff going now.
I might cook it.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Alright. Last thing I'll
Your
do
Highness, our research
is
is
build that
complete.
Lord's Tower.
Danger is my
Nope,
Your
not enough
Highness,
money.
our research is complete.
Here's the thing I was talking about for them. It's actually a pretty good one, considering.
Did I put out that fire?
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Your Majesty.
Shall soon be here.
Sure, there's no other sewer I have to worry about. Get a little explory stuff going.
Hold your Majesty.
Killed for that, bone boy.
Hold your Majesty.
Be
Prepare
gone.
to die!
Yep. Where's the graveyard that you little so-and-sos and
Your Majesty, perhaps it's time to collect the taxes.
not quite yet.
Knowledge and skill grow.
Now, a neat mechanic that happens when this gets blown up, you'll see in a second.
My knowledge and skill grow.
To my knowledge, I've not seen any other.
Can't handle it alone.
I've not seen any other adventure games or whatever do this mechanic right here.
My knowledge and skill grow.
When the place got destroyed, all the quota that it said you could produce came out as characters.
Sovereign, a building has been upgraded.
Oh, come on. So all those enemies
Sovereign, a
spawned
building has been
when it
upgraded.
was blown up. There.
Sovereign,
Nasty enemy.
a building has been upgraded.
That's nice.
I might cook it.
Where's the gold?
Now, generally, the location of where the sewer spawns is random, but it pops up every, I want to say, 5th to 8th structure you place. It's just the way they have a bouncing out, controlling, or throwing a wrench into
Where to
players'
journey next?
instructions.
Hold your
It's a
Majesty.
good one. It's just, yeah.
Where's the gold?
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Where's the gold?
Your Highness, our research is complete. Your Highness, our research is complete.
Somebody hold it.
Hex Collector.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Hold your Majesty.
Alright, now, where's the other bony place that's messing with me? Bear den, not worried about that. I am worried about that though. Ah, and this right here. This is a lovely thing. They get destroyed so easily, but this, the further this is from a marketplace, the more money that this will bring, because this is a additional finance source. Blow that up. So I really don't want them messing with me.
I've gotten tired.
Okay. That's all reserves.
Your Highness, our research is complete. Sire, the Hall of Lords has been built.
Where's the gold?
Go ahead and get her out. She got smacked around by a bear.
My ambition has paid off. My ambition has paid off.
Died from poison. Now, if they can clear out these infestations of bears, then I can safely put the trading post right there.
Your Majesty, the royal treasury is nearly empty.
He says that all the time whenever you're under 1,000 gold. So get accustomed to hearing that, folks.
My ambition has paid off. This ain't working.
I think she's picking up the two abilities that they have here. Those. Look at her. She's picking up something. At least she should.
Hold your Majesty.
Yeah, as you see, they automatically heal themselves and everything, so if they get hurt, they'll run away. Some of them will actually fight to the death. Others will, like, take one hit and go, oh, I've had enough of this. Run away. This early in the game, we sadly don't get access to some of the characters I really like to build.
Hold your Majesty.
What you sulking at, fuzzy boy? What you sulking about? Huh? I'm feeling ignored. Are you feeling ignored? Huh? Huh?
Tax collector.
You don't want a donut. You're not one of those
Where
cats.
to
You don't
journey
want a donut.
next?
I'll get a great reward for it.
One of my older boys would have probably jumped in my lap and had a fist fight with me for the donuts, but you sure won't.
Where to journey next?
There. Don't do it. You done it. even out those numbers a little bit, shall we?
Strength and honor!
My ambition has paid off.
A reward for my toil.
My ambition has paid off.
Prepare to die!
Let's get one of our little explory dudes up here. Now, something you'll notice, as they kill a target that's marked, any nearby heroes actually share in that bounty.
I want to buy something nice.
So you saw all of them got money when they killed that bear. So even though they weren't involved in the battle, they were in proximity enough to get it. Well, another thing about the rogues, once they get up high enough, they'll actually start looting the graves of dead enemies. So see how this has 15 gold on it? This skeleton has 5. We'll actually run over to the
A
grave
new
marker.
quest for you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, the Merchants Guild reports that their representative couldn't come. A caravan of donkeys was sent instead. Oh no, don't be insulted, sire. It's even better this way.
Gotta ensure
It's
that's
common
protected.
knowledge that donkeys are the engines of commerce. Tell the heroes to protect the caravan until it reaches the palace.
After that dies. Fortunately,
Okay,
there's quite
I'll
a few
protect
quests
it.
that are like that. It's a lot of skelly boys. Hi, bud. Need to pause a second. Something fluffy wants attention. Come here. Ah, come here. Come here. Don't you wriggle. Don't you wriggle. Come here. Want to say hi to the viewers today? Huh? Want to say hi to the viewers today? No? Just want to be purr about being in my lap, huh? Got 3 people protecting it, 2 warriors, a healer. That's pretty good. Let's see. Up there. Grab some protection.
Your Majesty, the royal treasury is nearly empty.
See what I mean? Every time you drop under 1,000, he starts going, "Oh, we're almost broke. Do something."
Prepare to die! Prepare to die!
Now, there's another downside about that, though, is that sometimes if there's a sewer...
The quest is
Yeah,
completed, sire. Good news, Your Majesty. Lands and materials for the
Right,
construction
right,
of trading posts were brought with this caravan. The Merchants Guild made an assessment and have marked the places most suitable for trade with their caravans. It's time to make some gold, sire. Build some trading posts in those places.
Also, another thing you'll notice is with each building you make of that type, the costs will slowly increase incrementally for each one. So there's some maps where they'll have like 8 outposts, for example, hypothetically. By the time you make that last one, this cost can be up to like 1,000 per outpost. Yep. Okay, build the train post. Left to build, so I gotta build 3 of those. Where's that dude that's picking off my guys? There you go. Let's go ahead and start addressing all those problems. Dead places are a little more troublesome than others because. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? There. Is that better? Is that better? More secure? Yeah, mutual groom to you too. Okay. Yeah, it's just a matter of them surviving long enough to do it. Do it. As we kill you. As we kill you. Got somebody coming to kill you right now.
Are you gonna eat that?
Skelly warrior versus a actual warrior. No contest. For adventure. See if we can't get a little protection going up in here. Cheeky little. You know what? I normally wouldn't do this. They are kind of irking me just a little bit.
Mop that.
Oh, did they blow up? Just for that. You, since you spawned them. Oh, that's funny. For the first time, my cat is actually watching what is happening on the screen. Yeah, it's fun. You're actually watching what's going on. What is that, huh? What is that?
Where does duty call me?
so funny watching him watch this. Okay. Blowing that up. Yeah, there went the princess looting that.
Looks like good odds.
Special out that. Now I can rebuild that. What a loss of money that was. So that's at 500. So I'm kind of cranky about the loss of all that stuff now. Yeah, I wish I could show you all this while he's sitting in my lap. Yeah, kind of funny watching you just go, what's that? What's that? What's that? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Especially with the cursor as I'm moving it around, and he's following it on the screen.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
Where to journey next?
Okay, there's that. It's not really necessary upgrading or giving abilities to other places. But
Happy to serve.
they have a
This
triggered
is my
ability,
path.
like with a cleric skill. You want to keep them with the abilities up. Because if you have just one cleric skill, that gets blown up.
Your
This
Majesty,
ability
a new building is complete.
goes away with it.
Which
So
is
it's
my path.
generally a good idea to have in later missions multiples of a building. So if one gets blown up, you still have that ability to use.
I train.
Wait. Messing with my stuff.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Okay. Y'all go and die for that now. Ooh. Hey, where the heck are you going? I know you're brand new, but come on. Have a little more chutzpah than that, lady.
Prepare to die.
That is not going to stand. That just ain't gonna fly.
I'll get a great reward for it.
Oh, right, I need to be doing some additional things.
More gold, Your Majesty.
Yep, need a better slide that right there. This, slide that right there.
Did I put out that fire before I left?
Sovereign, a building has been upgraded.
Yep.
Your Majesty.
Ton of money just floating around. Got hurt, sorry.
I take the path less traveled.
There. Right there.
Your Majesty, perhaps it's time to collect the taxes.
Got 4 healing potions, and he couldn't pop one to kill a bear. Jeez, lady. And that's one thing I love about this game is the names that the characters can get.
My liege, the statue of the king is ready. Your Majesty, a new building is complete. Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new services.
I better go check.
Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new services. Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new services.
Your Majesty.
There we go. Need to wipe out some of the local pest infestation.
Majesty, the local blacksmith offers new services.
A reward
Here the girl's
for
just
my toil.
leveling up,
A
leveling up.
reward for my...
That needs a little more firepower. Yeah. Let's.
A reward for my toil.
Oh, come on. I know there's more of you that can do stuff. Rats. Anybody else down here? It's a bounty on their head. Being a little nasty so-and-so.
A reward for my toil.
Going with an entire little shave monk head look. You got something good. Wow! Holy crap, she got an in-game level item right there. That is extremely rare. That's actually the first time I've seen that in my entire time playing. Like, they'll get other stuff like a little amulet, like one of those regen amulets, or like an amulet that negates damage a little bit, but getting like an actual in-game class item.
Gold, Your Majesty.
The studious one just made herself a prime pick for a target to keep recruited.
Which is my path?
Did I put out that fire before I left? I better go check.
And him getting that amulet of protection.
Your Highness, our research is complete.
Yeah, so see how much this guy has that he's taking back? 700, because it's all the way down here. Now when this one deploys, see the difference? Because it's so much further. Whoa, we got an acid problem Those are the nasty tricks right there. Because of that. Rat man. Those are nasty.
Prepare to die!
I'll try my best.
My quest begins.
Alrighty. Pretty good and established now. repair that building.
Your Highness, we've improved the guard tower.
Bad place for that to establish.
Sovereign, a building has been upgraded.
Yes, there.
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
Where's the gold?
Your Majesty, a new building is complete.
I might cook it.
Where to journey
Just
next?
some prayer with my sister.
Okay. Now we'll give this a try. I want that gone. So now I can afford to do that. Oh, you tucking up? Are you doing what the online folks call loafing? You loafing on my lap? Okay, that one's done. Oh, and upgrading buildings has various effects. So, with like the hero places, it gives them flat health boost as well as lets you get other abilities. With the trading post, it makes them stronger, able to defend themselves, and get a guard if I remember right. And a blacksmith, there's actually tiers of upgrades you can get with them.
Your Highness, we've improved the guard tower.
Where does duty call me?
And this lucky little dude getting that. That's the other thing I was talking about. So sometimes when they open chests, most common things they'll get is either that or one of those just freebies.
Your
stuff.
Majesty, a new building is complete. Well done, Your Majesty. The construction of the trading post is finished. Is there any finer sight than a caravan laden with riches heading to market? The Merchants Guild appreciates your business and cooperation. Now, wherever you go, you shall have the best of their donkeys at your disposal, Your Majesty.
That guy got another one. There we go. Now, let's see. Who was it that got that nice nifty in-game item? Yeah, some of them got some pretty decent stuff. Like I said, I'm surprised that the one healer chick managed to get what? Yeah, her. That's an in-game item right there. So she just jumped all the way past level 1 to straight into tier 3 defensive gear. So ignoring her would be kind of silly. Alright, and as you see, with those two beaten, it opens all 3 of these. Well, 4 technically, but these have to be unlocked by doing other stuff, as you can see. So the ones in color are ones we can go ahead and do. So Baron, Mill, and the Great Towers. And these will open up as we do those other missions. Alright, so with that, we're going to call it a rest on this and switch over to some Tarkov. So, thanks for watching me on this, and I'll see you in Tarkov in a little bit. Peace.